Let's get ourselves connected. Let's get ourselves connected. Honey, let's do it right. Let's get ourselves connected. Connect with you, all right. Let's get ourselves connected. Gotta get yourself connected.
Well, if you're one of those people that hates getting lost, then pay attention. Today's show's just for you.
Well, we're going to show you the latest in GPS navigation devices, and they've really come a long way, so you'll want to check this out.
So get ready to throw out that old compass.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, maybe some of those old compasses could be like collector's items or antiques, so you could probably get some money on eBay for them.
Or strip them for their valuable metal.
That'll get you about $1. Well, let's check today's email and see what we're up against. Hi, GetConnected. My wife and I are thinking about buying a new vehicle and are wondering about the types of technology for cars on the market these days. Alternatively, we're considering purchasing a GPS navigation system and possibly a hands-free device for driving. Can you make any recommendations? Thanks, Steve. So what we're going to do is visit the guys at the Sounds Good Auto Services and have them install the latest Pioneer GPS/super entertainment system into Steve's car. This thing is amazing. You'll want to check it out. And we'll have a look at the Parrot MK19200 Bluetooth car adapter set. This thing is great for putting into existing cars.
Wow, so there's nothing left for me to talk about.
Well, you could talk about visiting Zack Spencer from Driving TV and checking out new car technologies.
Do I even still work here?
Well, we've actually replaced you with an iPhone. Actually an app. It was pretty simple. Well, Steve, we got your email and your wife's email. She's got bigger issues, so we'll deal with her a little bit later. But maybe you can just quickly tell us what you're looking for.
Well, I emailed you guys because I was looking for a new sound system for my new vehicle that I just got, and I just wanted to know some of the options that I'd have.
So why didn't you go with one of the factory upgrades?
Well, with the factory upgrades, I was a little concerned about what I would be getting with the factory upgrades and the options that I would have. And also, I'm a little concerned about getting overcharged for those options.
Well, that's actually a really good point. I feel in many cases you can actually get more bang for your buck when you look at some of the aftermarket options. So today, with our help from Pioneer and the Sounds Good Auto Services folks, we're going to soup your vehicle up. We're going to install the Pioneer Avic-X920BT.
That sounds amazing. What does it do?
What doesn't it do, Steve? This is super cool. Let's go check it out. They're installing it right now.
Sounds good.
We're installing the Pioneer Avic-X920BT, which is a full double-din DVD player with CD capabilities, AM/FM radio, Bluetooth, navigation, USB, and SD card. Pretty easy to install. It's got fairly basic wiring. It's a great unit. We've installed quite a few of them already this year. It's leaps and bounds better than any other deck that I've ever installed.
So we've had the Pioneer deck professionally installed by Mike from Sounds Good. What are you thinking here?
I think it's unbelievable.
It's a beautiful full touch screen, so everything's accessed by just simply touching it or hitting one of the buttons on the side. And we've also integrated it with your existing stock rear view camera as well. And I know in the past here you would have used your mirror, which came like that from the factory. But now just put it into reverse for us, and presto kazinga, there you go. So it's a much larger screen now. So now you won't run over anyone anymore.
Well, that's good. Don't want to hurt anybody, but that's way better. I mean, it was such a small screen, you could barely see it, and now it's huge. Looks great.
Let's put it into park so we don't start reversing out of here. And right now, this is the home screen, so you can access the GPS, the phone functions, and also the AV sources, the music. So let's go into the GPS first. So you hit the destination, and this is where you do all of your navigation. So if you need to find the closest gas station or bank machine, you can go into the points of interest. So look at that. So you simply just hit gas station, and it'll navigate you to the closest gas station, so
that's
you won't run out of gas.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I didn't have any of that before.
And so another feature of this particular deck, we're doing it by touchscreen, but it does have the voice command feature as well, so you can control this thing by voice.
Oh, neat.
So let's go back to the main menu. Okay, so let's go into AV sources, and this is where we get our music and our movies and everything like that. So you can see in the bottom, we've got the FM and the AM radio. You could also, if you wanted to, integrate satellite radio into this.
Oh, wow.
Right now, there's 2 ways to get your iPod or your iPhone music in. You can do it through Bluetooth, which is that wireless standard. Your iPhone has that. But with that, the one downside is you can't see all the playlists and all the different tracks and the artists.
Right.
So by hardwiring it, and it does come with the cable here, so I'm gonna hardwire the iPhone right in. And this is kind of cool. It'll automatically bring up all of the songs that I have on my iPhone right into the stereo here. So it's just like I'm using my iPhone, but now you can have that full, large touch screen. So go into the artists there. So now you can just scroll through there like you would on your iPod or your iPhone.
Or just slide my finger and it keeps rolling.
Exactly. Isn't that kind of cool?
It's really, really neat.
Oh, is that Kim? That's my producer.
All right.
Answer that. She's been looking for me.
Oh, I see.
Hi, Kim.
Hi, Mike.
How did you get Steve's number?
Oh, I have my ways.
So this is kind of cool because this is working with the Bluetooth. We've already connected it to the stereo here, so you don't have to connect it anymore. Every time you come into the car, it'll automatically connect with the Pioneer.
Oh, wow.
And the nice thing is you can connect up to 4 devices to this, which is great. Kim, we'll be back to the studio soon, okay?
Sounds great.
So just hit the red hang up button there. Another feature I like is you can actually go in and watch movies on this as well. Look at that. You can start watching the movie.
Look at that. That's amazing.
While the car's stopped, because you don't want to be watching movies when you're driving. You can't. And so one more feature I like about the video aspect is that it'll also play DivX video files as well. So those are files typically you download off the internet.
Okay.
So you can watch all sorts of stuff. I mean, you would spend hours just playing with this thing.
I'm never going to leave.
So what do you think overall?
I think it's
Did we meet your
unbelievable.
expectations?
Exceeded by a million. It's amazing.
Very cool. Well, Steve, I'm glad we could help you out.
Oh, thank you very much.
So later here, we're going to have to help your wife with her,
I think
her
she'd like
car
that.
and phone issues.
Perfect.
Let's see what else we can tune up here.
We've come down to the Auto Mall today to take a look at how technology is being integrated into new vehicles. To help us understand all of that, Zack Spencer from Driving Television.
You want the latest cutting-edge technology? Lincoln's the place to start. Let's check it out.
We're sitting inside a Lincoln MKX, and we've taken a look at previously how you can upgrade your vehicle by installing that Pioneer deck. Now we're going to take a look at a vehicle that has all of those features and more built into it. Zach, what do you get when you buy a vehicle that has all the technology built in already?
Full integration into the whole vehicle's system, whether it's the speakers where the stereo has the phone piggyback on. A vehicle like this, Lincoln with My Lincoln Touch, is the very, very latest, the very leading edge, and it comes standard with this technology. So what you have is you have screens on either side of the speedometer that are controlled by 5-way buttons on either side of the steering wheel. The one side lets you change things like vehicle settings, like how long the light stays on inside the car.
Yep.
The right, you would look at navigation, your phone, climate, and entertainment. And in addition to that, you have voice commands. You can push the button on the steering wheel and say to the car, play Madonna. It'll find that either on your smartphone that's connected either via Bluetooth or via USB, or it's on the hard drive inside the vehicle, and it'll start playing Madonna for you. And the main controllers here in the middle, a large screen, you can change so many settings in there, and it's upgradable. In addition to that, you've got touches on the volume and the fan controls. You just brush your finger along and back, and that changes settings. This is full integration. You can't get this with aftermarket systems to the level of this anyway.
Yeah, this is truly amazing. I got to say, sitting inside of this, it makes it feel like a spaceship to me, but I'm a technology guy, and I love having this much control over everything from controls on the vehicle to all the entertainment. Well, now we're going to take a look at how driver safety comes into place. We're going to take a look at a Volvo. Well, we've come over to Volvo to take a look at some of the technology advancements in safety. And today specifically, we're going to look at something called City Safety that's built into Volvo cars. Zach, what is that?
Well, the basis of this system is active cruise control. So what you do is you set the cruise control, so if the vehicle in front slows down, your vehicle automatically slows down. If the vehicle in front accelerates, this vehicle accelerates. And it always keeps that cushion, and that makes you a safer driver, especially on the highway.
That's something that I need, because I literally get on the highway and set it at 80, so I don't ever have to worry about braking.
Yeah, and then everybody gets frustrated with you behind you, right?
They do.
So this is based on radar in the front. So you take the radar, which can detect the speed of vehicles vehicles and objects in front of the car, and then you add in a camera up here, all right? Now what this can do is it can detect if a vehicle has stopped, and under 35 kilometers an hour, the city safety is if you do not take any input into the car, if you do not apply the brakes and the driver does nothing, the vehicle will stop automatically all on its own.
Now, why do you need that? Like, shouldn't the driver just be able to stop on their own?
Well, this is really good for people who are driving under 35 kilometers an hour. They're not attentive. They're playing with their cell phone when they shouldn't be. They're looking at the radio. These are the times when people really aren't concentrating because it's slow speed, and you can get into fender benders, and that's what insurance companies have to pay out on. Now, the camera really comes into play with what's called pedestrian detection. So the camera can detect somebody stepping off, and it will scrub off the speed above 35 kilometers an hour. Below, it'll stop the car altogether.
So Zach, what's the benefit to buying this integrated into the vehicle versus as an aftermarket?
Well, the number one thing, you get the automatic braking system with Volvo, the city safety, that you wouldn't get if you just had the camera notifying you that an object is in front of you. The car actually takes control of the situation and stops on your behalf.
Well, there you go. That's just one look today at how you can use technology built into the vehicle, integrated, versus adding it afterwards, and the benefits to that. Zach, thanks so much for joining us today.
Now we're going to get you in a new car. What's it going to take? We'll get you some low monthly payments, easy lease financing, whatever you like.
I'll take everything I've seen today.
Now today we've been talking a lot about car upgrades. Now if you don't want to spend the money, we have a couple cool apps for you. The first one we're going to show you is called CarMinder. What's cool about CarMinder is that it helps you log all of your vehicle information. For example, fuel economy, repairs, service. Let's look at our car right here, Audi. So different service repairs like belts, oil change, it has all of that on one screen for you. What's also really cool about this app is that it can keep track of various cars. So if you have a motorcycle or different cars, you can track all of them on one app. And my favorite option is you can actually see a graph of what your average consumption is. And I think it's really cool because it lets you visualize it. So the other app we're going to show you today is called Safe Driver. What's cool about Safe Driver is that it allows people to see how well or how not so well you're driving. Now, the three main features on this app is that it tracks how fast you're going, how fast you're braking, and how fast you're taking those corners. Another feature is the GPS locator. So what it does, it actually shows you a map with drop pinpoints on the map showing you exactly where the car is and what route the car has taken. It's great for tracking those kids or where the vehicle from your company is. So if you really want to be proactive and take some precautions, what you can do is you can actually customize preset speed limits onto the app, and it will track how fast the car is going. And for $4.99, you can upgrade to the Pro version, and it will actually send alerts via text message or email and let you know exactly how fast that car is going and how long they've been violating that speed limit. CarMinder and Safe Driver, those are two apps we've shown you that will help you get the most out of your driving experiences. That's your app look.
One question people always ask me, in-car navigation system or use my mobile device? Well, today we're gonna find out. It's a versus. We're gonna go with the Garmin Nuvi device versus my HTC Desire. We're gonna find out whether Google Maps or a navigation system is better to use, the benefits and potentially how they can be used together. Let's hit the road. So we're inside the vehicle, and I've got both systems for navigation mounted to the vehicle. I have the Garmin Nuvi that's attached to the windshield here. It came with its own mounting system. And then I've got my HTC Desire, my mobile phone, running Google's Android operating system mounted to the car. I actually went and bought this little $30 grip-on mounting system, and it fit right into the vents of the car, so that works out well. So now what we want to do is basically plot where we're going to go. So with the Google Android phone, I simply go into Maps, and it uses the Google Map software. And what I want to do is I want to go to Menu and click on Search. And here I can search for a number of different things. We're going to find a gas station, so I'll click on gas. And what I do is I look at the pin drops here. It puts all the gas stations in my vicinity down onto the map. So I'm going to click on this one down here. and that's a Petro-Canada, so I can click on it to get more information. What I like about the Google software is it allows me to do a number of different things. Because it's attached to my mobile phone, I can add it to my contacts inside of my phone. I can give them a call directly from my phone, you know, to see if they're open. I can even look at Street View right at that minute to see what the corner looks like where the gas station is located. What we want to do is navigation, so I'm going to click on Nav. From there, I look at two options. I can use Google Map Directions, or I can use Google Maps Navigation. And if I click on Navigation, it opens up a software that's actually going to do
head south on Ash Street toward West 49th Avenue.
Turn-by-turn directions from the voice that's inside of the phone. So let's look over here at the Garmin. I have a couple options here. I can look at where we are on the map, or I can go to where we want to go. You have things like addresses. You can put in your home address so that you can always navigate your way home. It also has what's called Google Local Search, and this is kind of cool. You have the ability to add an internet capability to this Garmin device, and that's an additional fee per month. However, it gives you the ability to search some of those Google things like we saw in the HTC. What we want to do is go to points of interest, and here we're going to click on fuel because we're looking for a gas station. And what I want to do is I want to scroll down and find that same gas station so that we can have a good comparison here. There it is, the Petro-Canada. So I'm going to click on that, and now we hit the go button.
Continue 350 meters, then turn right on West 49th Avenue.
We've got our addresses. I'll just sit that back in its little tool, and we'll start to do our drive.
In 300 meters, turn right at West 49th Avenue.
In 250 meters, turn right on West 49th Avenue.
They're both doing a good job of giving us the same directions, and as you can see, both screens are very clear and easy to read. What we're going to do is we're going to turn off the route that's being suggested right now and see if both devices reroute.
Recalculating. Continue 140 meters, then turn left on West 46th Avenue.
In 150 meters, turn left at 46th Avenue West.
Looks like they both do the same thing. If you get off of the route that you were planning, they're both going to tell you to take another route. With the Garmin on the display, it actually gives you your speed. What's interesting about that is it's using the satellites to triangulate your position and actually tell you how fast you're going. It's amazing to see how accurate that is in comparison to the odometer and the speed system in the car. On the HTC Desire, you can see that it gives you your average time that it expects you to get there. In this comparison, it looks like we're approximately 1.9 kilometers away by reading the Garmin, and roughly 3 minutes according to the HTC.
You will arrive at your destination.
Continue 400 meters to Petro-Canada on right.
We're about 200 meters away from our final destination. We'll see how both devices do when we get there.
You have
Arriving at Petro-Canada on right.
Very interesting. To look at the Google phone, it has actually given us a street view. It's plugged in using Google Maps, and it's actually shown the actual street address and the picture of what it looks like in real time. Kind of help us make sure that we're at the right place we meant to get to. So a lot of people do ask me, why get an external unit versus using the maps inside of your mobile device? Looking at the simple example that we had today, you'd be hard-pressed to find a good reason. However, if you look at some of the external services or extended services that you can get with the Garmin, if you subscribe to their additional fees, you can get things like traffic routing or planning your eco-friendly trip, and those are some of the things that might make it a better solution for you. However, for me, I'm sticking with my HTC. That Google Street View that's integrated into your mapping was pretty darn cool. Let's see if we can find a restaurant.
So Shauna, it's really nice to meet you. Earlier we helped your husband Steve with his car, but from what I understand, we can help you out with some things as well.
Well, yeah, I'm on my phone a lot, and especially on the road, I need to be on the phone and always in communication. But right now, I'm not able to because they've made these new laws where you're not allowed to talk on the phone while you're driving.
So what are you doing when you get a call?
Depends how important the call is. Sometimes I sneaky put it on speakerphone and try to talk, or else I have the Bluetooth headset.
And so how's that working?
I hate the Bluetooth headset.
Okay, why is that?
It's just really big and awkward, and I lose them all the time.
Okay, so I've had a look at your situation, and I think I have a solution. I think what we need to do is actually go with an installed car kit that actually works with your phone through Bluetooth. We're here at Ralph's right now, and we're installing it as we speak, so let's go check it out. I think you're really going to like it.
Right.
So Shauna, what we've done is we've installed what's called the Parrot MK19200 car kit. So Parrot's the manufacturer, and that's the name of the actual unit. And it's a number of different components, and together what it allows you to do is control all your favorite music from things like your iPod or your iPhone, and even make hands-free calls.
Cool. And how does it all work?
Okay, so there's a few different components you're probably noticing. The first thing that you're probably drawn to is the little color screen that's on your dashboard now. So that's a 2.4-inch color screen, and that's kind of your control panel. It'll show you everything from the different songs that you have on your iPod or your iPhone, and even allow you to access all the hands-free functions of your phone. So if you get a call coming in, it's got caller ID built in, so it'll actually show you right on the screen who it is.
Okay.
Which is handy.
Whether if I take the call or not.
Exactly.
Okay.
So above that, you can see on the dashboard is the dual microphone. So that allows you to speak to the callers that you've answered. Down on the center console, that is the wire that allows you to directly connect in things like an iPod or pretty well any digital music player. It works in conjunction with your existing stereo and your speakers. You don't have to install new speakers for it.
Oh, perfect.
And so to make sure that you keep your eyes on the road, because we know you like to sneak a call or two on your phone, we've got a little wireless control that we've put onto the steering wheel. And so that'll allow you to control the music, the volume, and even answer and hang up on calls as well.
Great. So how do I actually hook it up with my phone?
So you're using an iPhone, and what we're going to do is hook it up through Bluetooth. And pretty well every smartphone or phone has that built in now. And I go into the settings, and I turn on Bluetooth. And right now it's kind of scanning to see what Bluetooth devices are out here. And there it is. There's the Parrot MK19200. I click on that, and then it asks me for the code. And so typically with Bluetooth devices, the codes are always the same. It's either 0000 or 1234. You can always go back in your instruction manual to find that. So I type in the code 0000, connect. And from this point forward, it's always connected with your car. You don't have to keep entering in that code.
Great.
Which is nice.
So what happens if I'm on the road then and I get a call and I'm rocking out to my music?
Excellent question. So all you have to do, you can see on the little control on the steering wheel, you hit the green button to answer the call, and it automatically mutes the music so that you can listen and talk to the person.
Perfect. Sounds good.
So what I want you to do now is actually take this for a test spin. So hit the road, check out some of the functions with the music, and I'll give you a call to go through some of the other stuff as well.
Great. I'll talk to you on the road then.
Okay.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Shauna, how are you? Long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been a while.
How did you know it was me?
Because your name came up on the screen.
Very cool. And can you hear me clearly through the speakers?
Yeah, it's crystal clear. There's no feedback at all from the speakers.
That's actually because of the special microphone they're using in that kit. It actually cancels out all the surrounding noise and all the noise inside the car. So it sounds quite good on my side here as well. And how are you finding the wireless remote on the steering wheel?
Oh, it's really easy to use. It's great. It's all at my fingertips.
I'm glad we solved your issue there, and safe driving.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
I'm really happy I don't have to use the Bluetooth headset anymore. They're so big and awkward.
And we don't have to worry about trying to find them all the time, too.
Thanks for watching today's show.
Next episode, something pretty cool. We're going to be looking at security. So not only will we help you protect your computer from hackers, we'll also look at home and business security, things like digital systems and cameras.
Oh, so that's what you were doing in my backyard the other day.
Yeah, I was installing some cameras.
Spooky. See you next time.